Okay, good day guys, and welcome to another tutorial in Pixellab. So this is the flyer we're going to be creating. So I'll be showing you how I was able to make this and how you can make it in Pixellab. So first of all, I'm going to clear this, then come over here and set my size to 1080. I'll set the width to 1080 by 1280, and then I'll click OK. So I've created it. So now I'm going to import in the initial flyer. So yes, so this is it. I've imported it in. So the first thing I want to do is to first of all create my shape. So now how I can create this kind of shape in Pixellab is, first of all, you come over to your shape panel, click on shape, then adjust it just to fit to the canvas ends and bring it down. I'm going to create a curve of 10, radius of 10. So once I've done that, I'm going to go over to my gradient by scrolling down here. Then you see gradient, so I'll click on that gradient, and then this is the color, but I'll prefer to just pick it myself. So once I clicked on this plus icon over here. So once I click on the plus icon, you can see this. So I'll come here, go to this, you see this icon here that looks like a paint bucket. So I'll click on it, then using my eyedropper tool up here, I'll click on it, come over here, and then I'll pick this color. Yeah, so I've picked that one, and then I'll click OK. Then I'll do the same process and then come over here and pick the brightest part of my image. I just want to pick that color. Yeah, then click OK. So I can now come here and adjust them to how I want it to be. So yes, let me make this a little bit dark. So yeah, I'm done. Okay, click OK. So you see that I've been able to create this. So I'll drag this up a bit and drag it down like so, and yeah, adjust this to reach the ending, and then I'll click done because I'm done. So what I'll just do, bring this a little bit up. So then I'll come over to this relative position and make sure that it's aligned to the center by clicking on this this center tool here. So I've aligned it to the center. Then I'll say highlight my shape by clicking on it and go over to my shadow. So in these shadows, I'm going to go over to this inner shadow and then plus, enable it, then click on this plus over here and set it to white. So yeah, so you see I've been able to create that kind of shape, that kind of effect, and you can always adjust it if you want, increase the blurriness or so, but I'm okay with it the way it is like this. So yeah, so I'm done. So the next thing I want to do is to put a gradient in my background. So I'll go over to my colors over here. This is the background color, and then click on the gradient. So on this gradient, I'm going to click over here, and so this color is a mixture of white, pure white, and then light pink. So I'll click OK and click done because I'm done. So the next thing I want to do is to add in my model image. So I'm going to go over to my gallery, plus from gallery, model image. So I'm just gonna adjust it, crop it very well. Yeah, so the next thing I want to do is to send it to the back by clicking on this go to back, or you can come to this place. It was here initially, so you can come here and just drag it to the back. So, and that's it for that. So I'm still going to create some other shapes. So I'll come here, create this shape, yeah, the radius to 7, then go over to my gradient, and I'm going to be using a pink and white. So let me just exchange the sides of these things. So I'm going to turn this dark one to white, yeah, and okay, yeah, and I'm done. So I'm still going to add some other shapes there where I'm going to be adding in my image. So I'll copy that so that they are still in the same side and add it. Yes, so I'm done. So now I'm going to be using my grid line to make sure I don't make mistake and to make sure everything is in the same alignment. So I'm going to click on this grid line, come over here, then I can add a grid line. So I'll add this grid line to this place, so it's in the center. So I've added this grid line, and then I can start working. So I'm going to still create another rectangle. So I'll come here and yeah, adjust it. Then I'll set the radius to 8, then go over to my gradient and just put the initial one I did there, and then click done, because I'm done. So I'm going to go back to my inner shadow and do the same effects that I did for the first one, and make it white, pure white, and yeah. So I'm going to go and create another rectangle and just a little bit above this one, then I'm going to use a solid color, which is just normal color, but this one I don't want it to be a gradient. So let me just pick this, then I'll go and make it a lighter pink. Yeah, it's okay. And I don't know, okay, yeah, let me adjust the radius also, just adjust it a bit. 5 should be okay. Then let me see, adjust it to the, yeah, so I'll now send it to the back, and yes, so we are almost there. You can see it's looking like this one. So the next thing I want to do is to add in those okay, so we want to add in these icons. So I've imported the icon, and then I'll just adjust it to fit where I want them to be. Yeah, and then if you look at that place, you're going to see some lines over there. So this is how I was able to create that line. First I created another shape, then go over to my gradient, click on the plus, and then I click on this plus. If you look down here, you see a plus, so I clicked on this plus, and then I open the color and set it to white, so to pure white. Then as for this one, I removed it, and okay, I not remove it, I just went and reduced the opacity to 0, and then I did the same thing for this one too. I reduced the opacity to 0, and then I'll just adjust it so that it stands up. So you can see that I use these things up here to adjust it so that the white is in the center, standing like this, not the other way around. So you see the two difference, so it's like this. So I'll click on OK. So I'll just bring it down here, and I've been able to create that. So you can see that see how it is. So let me just highlight it this way, then I'll adjust it. Then I'm going to copy and paste that. Yeah, so I've successfully created all those shapes, all those line effects, so using shapes. So the next thing I want to do is to create this Muffinson kind of shape that I can see in that CTA side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to still create another shape. You see, we're using a lot of shapes to do this design. So I'm going to create another shape here, and I'm going to bring it down here. So now I'm going to set the radius of this shape to, let's leave it at 4. Then what I'm going to do next is go to gradient again. Then in this gradient I'm going to click on the plus, and then I'll set this up place to be like this. So you can see it slants this way, so then I will come here, make it, this is the opacity, so I'm going to bring it down to the last, then come over to this next one, I'll make it white, then reduce the opacity to the middle of this thing. So I'll bring it to the middle, then click OK. So once I click OK, I'm going to click OK, and then you can see that I'm created something like that. But I'm not done. I'm still going to go down to the stroke. If you go down, you're going to see stroke width. So I'm going to set the width to 1, or let me leave it at 2. Then I'll make the color a pink. I'm going to bring this to pink color, just make it, yeah, white. And yeah, so I'm done. Then I'll adjust it just so it fits into the box, into my grid line, so it's not coming out of my grid line. And then I'm done. So the next thing you want to do is to just copy that same thing. Instead of recreating it, just copy it and then paste this one directly close to it. So I'll just adjust it using my move tool, and I'll reduce it to 1 pixel so that I can move very slowly. And yeah, I think they're in alignment. But just to be sure, I'm going to be using another grid line. So I'll add a vertical one, and yeah, I'm going to check. Yeah, so they're in the same line. So this is it. Yeah, so you see they're in the same line. Then we have been able to create this. So what we now need to do is to start adding in our text, all our text. So first thing I'll add in is the scale, the silk aura. I generated this using ChatGPT. So yeah, this is it. So this is a fictional flyer design that I got the, it's not a real business, I just generated it using ChatGPT. So I'm going to come over to my fonts, and then yeah, I'm going to look for a font that fits it. So I think I like this Sarah, and then yeah, so I'll pick the color now. So I'm going to pick a dark pink, yes. Then I'll copy this and type in the hair clinic, and click OK. So I'll go back to my fonts, and then I'm going to use Okay, I'm going to use this TT demi bold TT. Yeah, so right, this is going to be a gradient, so I'm going to use this gradient. Meanwhile, I want to adjust it. Yeah, and I'm done. I'm almost done. So I'll bring this here, and yeah. So then, what else do we need? You see that I need to adjust this downward. So, but how I can adjust all those things simultaneously at the same time is by, I explained in the other video. So once you come to this your layers and click this, you will be able to, let me just highlight all those things inside. So I'll move all of them together at once. So I'm moving it down. Yeah. So then I'll just adjust this one too, down there, and yeah, we are there. So then we're going to start adding in all the text. I'll add this. I'll add this. Our service, and I'm going to use the same font. I see, like I said earlier, don't use more than 2 to 3 fonts. So I'm just going to be using the same demi bold T, and okay, let me adjust it. So for this one, I might be using a regular, but it's the same font, the same typeface. So I'm going to be using a regular, and then I'll reduce it down. Yeah. And just make it dark so that it's more visible. Yeah, a little bit more dark. Yes. And I'll just duplicate that same font and bring it here, and then I'll make it pink and luxury braid style. So I would just, for the sake of time, just add this, and so you can see you have gotten the idea. So I would add all this. So that's how I was able to add all those text. I don't want to start adding all of them, so that I can be able to save time and do all that thing. So the next thing I want to show you is how you can, if you look at this box, you see that there is something like a line over there. So this is how I was able to create that line. So I'm going to come over to the shape, and I'll make it a circle. You can either just click a circle here, but I prefer doing it like this. So I'll make it a circle, and then reduce the opacity very low, very low, and then I'm going to bring that, let me increase it small. Yeah, so I'm going to just bring that like this to the edge, and see I've been able to create that. So you can increase the height, and so that's how I was able to create it. And then I just copied it and brought it here. And with that, you have been able to create this kind of flyer. So it's not that difficult, it's very straightforward and very easy to create. So that's the end of this tutorial. So I'll be hoping to see your assignments, and yeah, thank you.